Hello and good evening. It's Tuesday, surprise guest Tuesday, and as a lot of you will already know, the surprise guest for today is Tony, Paint by Tony, a really good friend of mine. So I'm just waiting for you. Congratulations, welcome. You're my first person to join, so that's pretty cool. Hello, Roxy. For those of you who don't know who Roxy is actually Tony's partner, so she's already beaten him to joining us, which is great. Autobody World, hello. TQZ, Autobody, hello my friend. There's all of you are coming up there, so good evening to you all, and thank you very much for joining. I'm just waiting for Tony to come. In fact, what I'm going to do is send him a request, and we'll just save him some time trying to figure out how to do it. Here we go. Paint by Tony. Hello, the night shift. Right, so detailing girls here. She gave us helped out a little bit this evening just to have a quick word with Tony and give him a bit of Dutch courage there. So literally Dutch courage. So we're just waiting for Tony to join. I've seen his name pop up here. So give us a minute, and we'll get going. Come on, Tony. Yeah, exactly. Come on. We're almost there. Hopefully he's going to pick it up. Tony, what I'll do is I will send you another request if you haven't seen that one. So you should see at the bottom of your screen. I'll just send it to you again now. And all you need to do is click on it. So send request. There you go. Hopefully you should see that, Tony. If not, what you can do is just log out and log back in again. And you should see a little prompt say, he's here.
There we are.
Great. Thank you so much for joining me. So, Tony, you and
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You and I have known each other for a really long time. Probably one of my oldest social media friends on here. You did right at the beginning when I first sort of chatted to people, you did one of my Meet the Repairers, but this is a better one because it's going to be face to face. So let's get on with it. So I've got some really good questions for you. We've got the core questions. And then we'll just take it from there like we normally do. If you don't understand anything I'm saying, just ask me to repeat it because I might be speaking a bit too fast or speaking gibberish. Right.
I'll try my best.
Okay. Tony, question number one. How did you get into the business? How long have you been in the business? And where do you work now?
Well, it all started 15 years ago. I was 16, but I was on a school for working as a gardener and with animals and stuff. Yeah, you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
No, you didn't know that. And on that period, you had to do some internship at shops. And my neighbor at my parents' house was working at a car damage center, collision center, and he was like, come with me, and it was for 3 weeks or something. And I'm still there.
And who do you work for?
At that moment or this moment?
No. Oh, so is it a different company that you work for then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I worked first. It was at Aloe, that's in Rotterdam, and that was the internship for a couple of weeks, a couple times. Then the school stopped, and you had to find a job and the school just to learn for a painter. And first I started at Hogeboom. That's a Fach, how you say that? A Volkswagen dealership.
Okay.
And I worked there for 9 years. Learned everything I know now on that shop. Very proud of that. This is insane, Wayne. How you say that? The first couple of years, I had lots of chiefs working there in the paint shop.
Okay.
They switched a lot. I think there were 5 persons that switched. And from that 5, I made myself. So I didn't have to switch from a job. They switched for me. So I seen 5 people working different ways. And that's how all the positive things from those people, I picked the things and made myself. And after 9 years, I switched to ABS. That's where I'm now. But started at the shop in Spijkenisse. That's my bosses have 3 shops.
Okay. Yeah.
Spijkenisse, Oud-Beijerland, and later they started at Barendrecht. Oud-Beijerland and Spijkenisse were shops that did the bigger damages, and they wanted to start a shop for the smaller damages. But I just worked there for 1 month or 2 months, and they were like, who wants to join the team at the new shop? And I was like, yeah, I would love to. And then they looked at me and they said, but you were just here for 2 months, and why do you want to leave? I don't know, it's new, and I always wanted to start something, help build from nothing to something.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna do that, and you are just for this shop. It's okay. Okay. I was a bit disappointed, but okay, that was I started there in November 2015, 2014. And that was in November. And then in March or April, the guy that worked in the new shop got sick or on holiday or something, and they need someone to replace him. And they asked me like, do you want to work there for 2 weeks? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay. So I worked there for 3 days, and they called me in the evening, and they were like, do you want to stay there in the new shop? Yeah, duh. I always wanted there.
Yeah.
In the new all-in-one booth. So because it's totally different, and we started there with smaller jobs, just a bumper corner, fender, just 1 or 2 parts, maybe 1 part extra for blend. And as you can see now, we do huge damages. So it started from nothing, and it turns into a really big damage shop, repairing bigger damages.
So in your shop, do you do, because I've seen some of your videos, so some things you do more than just painting. You're not just a painter, are you? You will do some repair work and...
Yeah, the smaller dents or scratches or the dents, more panel beating stuff, I can do on myself. But the bigger dents or the huge crashes, that first goes to my colleagues, and then after that they do some panel beating. I call it bondo.
Yeah.
Bondo.
Yeah, like filler work.
Filler work, and then it got to me, and then I spray the primer, the sanding, the masking, the painting, and if there's some dust or the blend zone or what else, I polish that too. So the smaller damages I do, I think 80% all by myself.
Yeah.
And the bigger damages first go to someone else.
And plastic welding you do as well. I've seen you do that because you've got a similar system to mine.
Normally the guys on the pedal beat section do that.
Okay.
But sometimes the car's on my lift.
Yeah.
And it goes up. Oh, it's cracked. What do we do now? I can weld that too, because on my work before that, before ABS, the job, I always did that kind of stuff. So I know the theory, but practical things were gone, and now it's coming back.
Do you miss
by doing it? It's coming back.
It's coming back. Do you miss those sort of practicals, those other sides of the job, or do you like what you do now? I think I do. I think I do miss that. Yeah. I could understand that. So I was going to say, so you sort of told us what you do. Your typical day then at work, starting with your cup of coffee in the morning. I know you don't do anything without a cup of coffee.
It always starts with walking on the stairs and say, Goedemorgen.
Right.
That's good morning.
Yep.
But how does my day look like? There are days you spray things yesterday, and then on the next day you take off plastic and get the new car in, or on the last day you made it ready for paint. Like today, I had a car with a trunk lid and 2 wheels, prepped it, masked it, and tomorrow morning I'm going to mix some paint and then paint the car and the wheels. And then it's 10 o'clock or something. Then I get a new job. And depends on how big it is. Maybe I spray it that same day or make it ready for the next day. So I always try to paint 1 or 2 cars a day or parts. And if you have a bigger damage, sometimes I'm working 2 days on a car, like the silver Nissan Micra. With the 2 sides, the trunk lid, blah, blah, blah. I was starting on Wednesday and it was painted on Friday. But you do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
So,
and what paint system do you use?
Sickens.
Sickens.
Sickens paint system. Yeah. Yeah, and first we, when I was 19, we sprayed with Standox. And that was just for 7 months. I was in, and they let me paint bumpers and mirror caps, and you know how it starts. I finally had that under control, and then the boss said, "Oh, we're going to Sickens." So I was like, "Oh goddamn, I have to learn all the stuff again." But from the last 10 years, I'm spraying with Sickens.
So that would have been you would have been Standox solvent and then Sickens water based, or.
No, both water-based. Standox came with Standard Blue. That was the new version of water-based coats, and we finally start to know that system. And then the dealership was taken by PON. Maybe you know PON.
No.
The holder of Caterpillar, Gazelle, those bikes. The big thing, and they took us also, and they have contracts with Sickens, so that's why we had to switch to Sickens. So for 10 years, 10-11 years, I use Sickens.
It seems to be really popular. I know Izzy uses it and lots of other people love it. So it's definitely one of the top paint systems out there.
And especially the clear coats at the last moments, the air dry clear coats. I really love it because our shop has all-in-one booths. So that means we prep, we send, if we want, we can do panel beating at the same room. So the car goes in and comes out when it's done. And at that booth, we can turn up the heat to 60 degrees Celsius. It's just when you turn it on, it's 21 degrees Celsius. No matter what, there's no, like I say, when it's on, it's 21 Celsius.
Yeah, so you can't adjust it high or low. It's just constant.
We can't adjust the level.
Yeah.
So when we started in Barendrecht, that's the new shop, we didn't have the air dry clear coats. So we had the infrared lights, and we had not just 1, not 2, but we had 4 of them. So when I was done with a bumper, and it normally needed like 40 minutes on every corner with the infrared lamp, I had to put the lamps into the booth, plug them in, make the right adjustment on the bumper, press them on, and had to wait. And sometimes, you know how it goes. This is hard, but this doesn't. And then we had to switch, and someone gets the bumper. Oh, my finger is in the paint. Oh. Yeah. So when we did that for 1.5 years, I think, and then Sickens came with the air dry clear coat, and then it was like, you spray it, leave it, and after 10 to 15 minutes, it starts to dry. The process is going, and after 20 minutes, you can get it out of the booth. After 30 minutes, you can assemble the car, and after 1 hour, you can sand it and polish it if you want. So I was like, yeah, right, that's not gonna happen. It's not possible. But they showed it, and we still use it every day. On the end of the day, I use the normal clear coat, which you use to dry with the normal booth, or it has to stand like 5 hours when it's totally dry. On the last moment of the day with the huge job, like a full left side or the full nose of a car. Then I spray the normal clear coat. But on the day, you can also spray it with the with air dry. So I really love the products of Sikkens.
That's really good. And obviously you use the Sikkens UV primers as well, which you like, yeah. And also for a lot of those who don't know, so he's the UV gang king. He's got a massive UV light for curing, haven't you?
Yeah.
Give us a little bit of information about that, because I mean that's a monster rig.
Yeah, I think it's 2 meters long and 1.5 wide. I think it's just like a wall with a flap. You can build something like a house on it. It has a roof, 2 walls, and 1 side, and you can use the light for a bumper. Yesterday I did a bumper. It's just 10 minutes and it's dry. I can fully cover it with UV light.
Yeah.
So I don't have to switch it for the edges or what else. And it's 6 to 7 minutes, and then you switch sides, and then it's dry. You can sand it, and it's perfect. It's a perfect way to dry the UV primer for the bigger spots.
For a bigger spot, yeah. To imagine to do a whole bumper, that's definitely the way it's going to go, and that sounds amazing, because at the moment, you know, you've seen the kits that I've got. You sort of have to go backwards and forwards. So to be able to have something that just leave it there and it cures it all, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So what's the favorite?
And I
part
always do.
Yeah, go on.
I always do with the big UV light. I turn it on, and in that 8 minutes, I mix the color. So there's no time. How you say that?
Wasted.
There's no time wasted. Yes.
Yeah, you've always there's always something to do in that sort of spare minutes that you've got. There's always something to do, whether it's cleaning up the workshop, a bit of masking, whatever it is. It's easy to fill the space. It's harder to get the time. So what's your favorite part of the job? Do you have a favorite part?
Favorite part? I think the gloss of the clear coat when you leave the booth. And then when you go outside the booth, I always go in just to be sure it's perfect. To see the gloss of parts, it keeps amazing me every day.
That is good. When you've got a beautiful finish like that.
Yeah, and then walking away from the booth with that feeling. It's how it came in and how it's sprayed now. That's just an awesome feeling for me.
For you, but is every time perfect gun finish, or have you got to sometimes come in
No. No. If there are painters that say, "Oh, we never have dust, we never have runs," they are lying.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
There's always you've always got to have something in there, and maybe we don't show it enough, and maybe we should, but it does happen. So just before we move on, for those of you who are watching us, thank you very much. I can see that a lot of you have sent a few questions through, and I'm not ignoring them. What we're going to do is we're going to come to those at the end. We're going to try and just get through as many of my little questions as we can before we hit yours. So if you've got any more questions, please send them there, and we will also try. I'll make sure we've got enough time to go through them all. So Tony, when you first did my Meet the Repairer, which was a slightly different format to this, I had to sort of send you the questions, and then you filmed yourself in your house answering it and then sent it back. But so we're on a different level now. I asked
more nervous now.
No, come on, that can't be true. I asked you a question. What was your favorite tool and gun? And your answer back then was the Merca trolley was your favorite tool, because you said you could just you had everything that you needed there. It was easy to start working. And your favorite gun was the SATA 5500X. So have those changed?
Yep. Yeah. My favorite 2 tools. Yeah, I think I brought the half of the shop here on the table.
Right.
But at the moment, my favorite tool is like everyone knows, the UV light from Unilight.
Unilight, the UV Gang UV light.
The UV Gang Unilight, yeah. I use this thing every day. That's one of my favorite tools at the moment. And also, yeah, it's just a small thing. But the blower from Wacom is definitely a game changer.
Because you've also got that on a stand as well, haven't you? You've got the Wacom blower stand, fan jet stand.
I was walking to my car today, and I was like, "Oh no, come on, you can't bring this home."
Well, you were going to try and bring it home, were you?
Yeah, of course. You said bring something you like at home. I was walking with it, and I was like, "Am I really doing this?" No, just put it back.
Yeah, just bring home the fan bit. That's perfect. That's all you needed to do. So there's nothing wrong with either of these items. They both work really well. So you've got the UV gang light, and you also used to use the Tesla. So what do you find, sort of, because you say that's your favorite tool? What is it that you sort of like about it?
Besides the Tesla?
Yeah. So if you were to compare it to the Tesla, in your own opinion, what are the points that you like?
The Tesla is heavier than the Unilight one. I think the Unilight one is more powerful than the Tesla, and that makes the curing time faster than the Tesla. So for me, it's a game changer for me because it's quicker and it's always with me because it's just always around my my trolley, and I can use it for the small pinholes with Bondo. The sample you sent me, like 1 year ago.
Yeah. That was from FX Specular.
Yeah, I still use it. It's in my Mega trolley, and when I see some pinholes or what else, I use that for and it's just flash 3 seconds with the Unilight and send it go on.
Well, we need to get you some Colad. I really want Colad to send you out some of their putty because that is amazing stuff, and I'm sure you'll absolutely love that. So you've done your favorite tool, your favorite gun. Has that changed?
We spray base coat with the SATA 5000 with the 1.3 HVLP, and I used to spray clear with the SATA 5500 1.2 RP with the eye nozzle. Oh, that's a full mouth.
Yeah.
But now I still spray base coat with the SATAs. I got my own 5500 1.3. And with my other colleague, we share the 5000 1.3 also. So I spray base coat with those two guns. And now Wacom sent me the Genesee Carbonio 360 HDE light clear gun, and that's it's also a good gun, and I think this is my favorite.
Yeah, and just show us your logo on the side there. Yeah, there you go. Paint by Tony, little logo. We can just see it.
It's not.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's very light, and I was asking to some other users like, what's the perfect way to use it? 2-bar, 1.9. How far do you get the needle in or out? And I was like, it doesn't matter. I will try myself. So every job I was turning it in, turning it out, more bar, less bar. But now I got it on 1.9, and when it's fully open, I put it 3 half things in return. How you call it?
The fan.
The fan, yes.
Okay,
now it's open, so I do like 1, 2, 3, and then it's perfect for me.
Okay, so that's the fluid.
Air dry.
So that's your fluid.
The fluid, yeah.
And so the fan on the top, do you have that open or do you have that set in a bit more?
It's open. It's fully open.
Yeah.
It's fully open.
So that's always fully open. Right, okay.
Yeah. And for me, that's the best way to spray the air dry clear coat. When I spray the normal clear coat, it's just fluid open and the other one also open. It's just fully open on 2-bar.
And that's those would be your tips for that, using that gun. It is a great gun.
Yeah, for this gun it does.
Yeah, it is a lovely gun. I mean, I've got one very similar. Did you say yours is the light or the 360, the standard?
Yeah, the 360 light.
Light. Okay, so I don't have that one. I have the standard 360, and yeah, that's the
with
nice
with a 1.2.
Yeah.
With a 1.2 tip.
And a lot of people think that the 1.2 is actually too small a nozzle, but it's not, is it?
First time I used the 1.2 on the Wacom, I was like, really? Is this a 1.2? I was like, I thought it was like a 1.3 because I sprayed also with the Vilbis DV1, and it felt a bit like the same. The Vilbis DV1 with a 1.3 feels for me the same as the Wacom with a 1.2, like how it comes out of the gun
and how it lays on the panel.
Yeah.
So somebody just asked a quick question there. Once we're just quickly talking about guns, it just popped up. What spray painting gun would you recommend for spraying alloy wheels?
Alloy wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah. The SATA 5500 1.3 for base coat, and this Wacom for clear coat. I don't really have guns for jobs.
No.
I just have these guns for all the jobs, but only the mini SATA. I don't know
the mini jet.
The mini jet. We only use that one for blend the clear coat.
Okay.
To keep it small.
Just keep it small. See, I use, when I'm doing my clear coating, I use, well, either the Wacom 360 or I use the Segola 4600 Extreme on a 1.2, and I'll use, so if I'm going to use the fade out and I'm going to put that through a gun, I will have something smaller like a mini jet or just some kind of sort of small smart repair gun, just for actually putting the fade out, burn out thinners on. So I've asked you that question. We're doing well here, Tony.
Oh, ran out of questions.
No, I haven't. No, we haven't run out of questions.
Okay.
If somebody came to you and said, right, Tony, I'm the genie. I will give you any tool that you want in your shop to make your life easier. What would it be?
I really don't know. I think we already have some of the No, I don't know. I've seen the Luma 3 hose.
Oh yeah.
Put on the wall.
Yeah.
That's something like that's something we need in the shop, because now I just put it on the bolt from the filters, and every time I get the hose, I'm like, I need something for that. It's a small thing, but.
Well, it's a small thing, but it's actually a really, really useful tool, because I've got it in my workshop as well. And because it's got a magnetic backing to it, you can move it. I mean, I don't have a spray booth with metal walls, so I can't move it everywhere. But there are areas in my workshop that I can actually mount it if I'm to be closer to where I'm working.
Yeah.
And it just keeps your airline off the ground. It's a really brilliant piece of kit. Simple, but brilliant.
Yeah. But I think that's it.
Well, and that's something that can easily be fixed for sure. Where do you see yourself in sort of 5 years' time then?
Yeah, I think more experienced than I am now, because every day we are still learning from mistakes and new things.
Yeah.
But in 5 years, it's always a dream to start your own shop. Just to be honest, I think everyone that works in a collision center has that dream. In my eyes, so 5 years, that's not possible for me. But that would be something cool to achieve. Not achieve, to get that as a I don't know how you say that.
No, as a goal. That would be your goal, to try and
as a goal. Yeah. As a goal. that's definitely a goal for me, and yeah, 5 years, 10 years, I don't know.
That's an understandable goal.
That's one of, yeah, I hope so.
Sometimes though, the things that come with working for someone, it's at least you know you can go in, you've got all the right kit if it's the right company. Like you said, there's not much you don't need in your workshop except for a little air hose hanger. So you've got all of that.
Yeah.
You've got the security of the job. Whereas when you sort of come away with it and then you think, right, I want to own my own business, all of that then could become one big headache, because then you've got to buy all that stuff, have the staff, and it's quite it's amazing for the guys who've done it, like the Body Center, you know, Sam and his family, and they've just been voted for the awards. I mean, it's a big task, and I always take my hat off to people who can do it. So if you do it, I'm definitely going to come out and visit you for sure.
I hope you already did before that.
Yeah. We'll definitely sort that out. So let's see.
Yeah, to see all those guys just like you have an own shop and working on your own, just a big respect. I really wish I was having that shop also. Yeah, that's one of my biggest dreams, I think.
Well, I'm sure we can make it happen. Just, you know, it's just sometimes it's just about being in the right moment. Everything sort of falls in place, and location. Location is absolutely key to owning a good business.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Sam will always help you out there. So let's put you through some questions here. In fact, Sam from the Body Center's sent over a few questions. So we'll work through these, Tony. Sam wants to know sort of what booths do you use?
We use all-in-one boots. At our workshop, we have 3 all-in-one boots, 2 smaller ones, and I got my own boot. I always work in that one, and it has spots for 2 cars, one with a lift, and next to the lift there's a space for. If you want to, you can put 2 cars next to the lift, but yeah, 1 car next to the lift and 1 car on the lift. So it's a huge booth with, like I said, no heating.
No, ambient temperature of 21 degrees.
Yeah, with a diagonal vacuum, so nothing goes into the floor, but it blows on the ceiling right to the wall.
Okay.
And you have to play with your parts when you are spray clear coat. I always put them in the back on the next to the ceiling where it blows, so that's clean air. And then one part, like example, I have 3 bumpers. I put them 3 next to each other. I get one from those 3, spray clear coat, put it back, take the other one, just to keep that corner fresh air and no overspray in that corner. So you have to think way more than the regular boots, the normal boots, because it doesn't matter where you put parts, it goes in the floor and it's gone. So we have all-in-one boots. We can do everything in the same room.
I mean, for me, obviously, I don't have anything like that. I've got so I have got some extraction in my corner, but at the same, I've got to sort of work everything out because I want the air to be pulled back and out of the unit, so there's no overspray. And
you have to work clean. That's just the key from those boots. You have to work clean. The parts that come in have to be clean. The car that comes in has to be clean, because when you also know that when you take a bumper off, the everything falls on the floor. What's in the wheel arches, and clean it. Put a piece of paper on the floor, let it go on there, throw it away, and your boot is back clean. And you always have to work clean in those boots.
Yeah, and sweep away, or just absolutely keep that dust down. I mean, sometimes you sort of water your booth floor down, don't you?
Sorry. Oh, what's going on?
You here? Have we lost you, Tony?
Yeah. I'm back.
Okay. So sometimes you wet your floors down to keep the dust down. Is that right?
Always. When I'm painting, I always wet the floor. Always.
Okay. And
it's like a swimming pool sometimes, but
so we've got another question for you from Island Customs, TJ. And this is actually very similar to a question that was asked by Guns and Hoses as well. So we'll try and tie the two together. Who inspired you? Actually, no, it might be slightly different. Who inspired you, and what goals do you have in mind for the future? So obviously we've discussed the goals in the future, but who sort of inspired you when you were younger to go into this sort of business?
My dad. Well, for cars, the interest for cars started at my dad. I always he's my biggest friend, as you know. He teach me how to wash cars. When they bought a car for my mom, the shop was looking for a youngster to wash the cars, and he said, "Hey Tony, that's something for you." And I started washing cars when I was 12 or 13, and so I think my dad did make me interest in cars. And then after, like I said, the internship at high school, that inspired me. Like, oh, look how the cars come in, and look how the cars go out back to the customer. That process.
Yeah.
I think it started on the internship there. Oh, I need to drink.
Have a drink. Have a drink while I get the next question. So this next question was from Guns and Hoses. And he was sort of in two minds whether he wanted me to ask this question to you. And I thought, it's actually a really good question. So, especially as though we're always on social media. So who is your biggest inspiration on Instagram? His is Izzy.
Yeah, and I think that, I got to be honest, I think that's Izzy also, and you, from the beginning.
Oh, well, that's kind.
But there are more, like Ari Pate, his name's Arjan,
Yeah.
you know him?
Yeah.
I'm also talking to him, and he's Dutch, so it's easier to talk. From the beginning. More guys like TJ, so many people.
I think it's quite hard to
from
narrow.
The beginning.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I think from the beginning it's Arjan, Paint by Ron in the beginning, at the start. Dragon, those Dutch guys were my inspiration to show how it goes on Instagram. And you and TJ came half year later than me, I think.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, those people. There are so many people who inspired me.
I have to agree. There are so many, and you just see them, and every day or every few days you see more and more people come in, and it's just amazing the work that they do. And
it's amazing that it's getting a community, and 99% of the people like each other. It doesn't matter what job you do, where you live, where you're from, what skin color you got. I don't know. Everyone that is into panel beating, painting, special paint, call it whatever you want, likes each other, and that's what I like on the community on Instagram.
I absolutely agree. I mean, the majority of the time it's absolutely perfect. German car painter wants to know how many cars do you paint a week? So
paint a week.
What would be a quiet week for you?
A quiet week, will be one car a day, but it's from start to finish. 1 or 2 cars a day. So it's like, I think when we have a relaxing week, it will be 7 cars for me to paint, but on the whole shop, maybe 15 or 16, I think.
That's probably quite a good size for your shop, is it?
Yeah.
No, I was going to say we'll probably do about the same sort of amount of cars, you and me, a week, the same. Sort of 5, 6 cars, depending on what's happening and what needs to be done.
Like I said, if I got 3 bumper corners, that's 2 bumper corners I paid on that day, and the other one is prep for the next day.
Yeah.
But if you have 2 full sides, then it's just 1 day prep and 1 morning to paint. So but I think 7 to 8 cars is normal for a week.
Yeah, A little message here from Detailing Girl, Esme. She just said she's not a painter, but she feels like a little sister. Oh, definitely, you're in the gang, Esme, for sure.
She is.
Yeah,
she is. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she is. She works so hard as well. Like she seriously.
Yeah, I told her stop working so hard.
Yeah.
Just take your time, relax.
She's making us
But
feel.
she's every day.
Yeah, she's making us look bad.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, and then Shiraz Hossein. So this is the last question. Oh, actually, there's something else I'm going to tell you in a moment as well. But Shiraz Hossein says, could he have a tutorial on your workshop one day? Like maybe a little video walkthrough of your workshop. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I always thinking about doing one, but there are cars in it with the license plate, the privacy of people, and I think I need to do that on a Saturday or something.
Yeah.
All the cars go out, clean it a little bit extra, and then I can do a walkthrough. That would be clean a little bit extra.
You know what you do is you'll get your daughter in there on the little machine to clean it herself.
Yeah. Oh, she asked me so many times, Dad, when do you pick me up and go to the shop to clean it? She loves that thing. It's like she walks in. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Up, turns the key and up, and goes right through the shop. Yeah.
Oh, that must be brilliant. There's a personal message here for you, by the way. Just going back onto what we were speaking about before, and it comes from your dad, who just says, "Thank you, son." So he's obviously watching.
Love you, Dad.
There you go.
He's my biggest fan. Look.
I think Sam from the body shop wants to recruit you because now he wants to know what sort of qualifications you have.
Okay. Yeah. What do you mean by that exactly?
Sam, he's got some qualifications from the beginning, so he's well. I suppose what he's probably asking is, during the years, have you managed to go on any courses or, like maybe a seconds painting course or a panel painting course or something like that, I guess.
After high school, I started the school for panel beating. I did panel beating before this, but it was for 4 months, and I was welding and cutting, and I was like, this is nothing for me. I like what I see, but I like not to do it. And so a painter left, and I had to jump in, sanding new bumpers, spraying filler. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, just spray here, and then it's okay. Oh, okay, I do that. Just spray filler. And I was like, I really like painting more than panel beating. So I asked if they could switch my school because it was in the same building. So I switched to painting, and it was for 4 years, a school for 4 years, and I did it in 2.5 years, I think. And at that moment, I was the youngest painter with a certified painter in the Netherlands. So that was just cool. I think I was 18.5 or 19, and I was a certified painter and left all the guys from school that were 30 years old. Hey, bye.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. That was a really cool thing. But when they reached out the certification, how you call it, diplomas.
Yeah, the certificate.
Yeah, that guy who taught us, he gave the diploma, and he said, "You are a painter on paper, but you are just shit." And he really said it like that. Just to what he was trying to say, like, okay, you are done with school, but from this moment you are going to learn.
Okay.
What and the way he said it, every time I have a fuck up, a run, a color difference, I'm thinking about that guy. Oh shit, he's right.
So basically, what he just said was, just because you've got this piece of paper doesn't mean you're a master painter or you're an expert.
Nope.
Every day is going to be a learning day.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what he said to everyone who passed the test. And I was like, oh man, what are you saying? I'm happy. I'm glad I'm done with school. But now you say this. Come on, man, be happy for me.
I had when I used to do safaris in Kenya. We used to get like a basic salary, a day rate, and then, but a lot of our money was made from the tips from the clients. So, and that's because you had to really work hard, look after the clients, make sure they were happy, and that you get normally a really good tip at the end. And I remember I had this one client from Australia who must have read every single National Geographic magazine that was ever produced. He went to the National Geographic building in America. He knew, so he brought out a load of magazines on safari from National Geographic. So I did everything for this guy. I gave him the room closest to the hotel because he was old. He didn't want to walk that far, all of these kind of things. And I remember at the end of the thing, he just came up to me and he shook my hand. He says, "I'm not going to give you a tip because I know you'll make your millions without me." And I thought, I still haven't made my millions, but so I would have liked the tip more. But it's just something.
That's a good one.
Yeah, some things you just remember. And I thought, I did so much for him as well. What do you? So, a couple of more questions before we run out of time. What do you like to do when you're not working, and how do you like to relax and switch off? I know last year you had
washing my own car.
Really?
For me, that's a really good stress reliever, and especially with my dad. We always wash cars together, and not now because of Corona, but that's our quality time. That makes me relaxed so much. When we are on now I can wash cars on my at our new house, but we always washed cars on the shop, and that was just we were there at 8 a.m. It was like, oh shit, it's 5:30. We have to leave because the alarm has to set up on the shop. And we just washed and waxed and polished, and those days makes me feel good. That's my stress reliever.
So do you think you'd be a better washer and polisher than Esme?
No. Oh, I think I did a lot of cars like she does now, but not on the level that she does. I almost have the same stuff like she, the big foods, the flex, blah blah blah. But her level is insane, and I always did 3 days on a car, and then I see her page, and it's like, oh, I did this car at one day. She's badass with that stuff.
Yeah,
so
definitely got the kit and the skill. So
yeah,
I've got my final question for you, and it's one that I ask everyone: is do you have a tip for us that you can share with us all?
I thought about this all week, and I still don't have one. But my tip, that's a good one, Wayne. You got me there.
All right, we'll come back to that. I was just going to.
Yeah, tips. I don't know. Just don't stress if it's a hard job. Just do it, and
I think slow down. If you've got, because this happened to me on Friday actually. So I was doing all those motorbike parts.
Mm-hmm.
So on Friday, I'd done the same as you kind of thing. I'd prepped everything on the Thursday, and really all I needed to come in on the Friday was just base coat it and clear it. But then when I came in, there was a couple of defects in the panels that I wasn't happy with. So when I was painting, I was rectifying those, and I found that I was because I was trying to get it done quicker, I was actually making more mistakes. And we discussed this, I think, with Rachel actually a couple of weeks ago. So I had to sort of slow everything down and just relax, take a deep breath, and then look at it. And I mean, it meant I came home later, but it wasn't about the time that I was coming home. It was about reducing the mistakes and getting it right, and just slowing that down. And it's really important to do that. It's
I think that's that's a good tip. Don't let the time ruin your work. Take the time. I think that's my tip. Take the time for a job and don't rush it, because you have to sand it again, paint it again. Cost more money, more time, more stress, more everything. I think that's my tip.
Yeah, and also if you're there and you're working on it and something is not quite right when you're in that booth, that's the time to address it. Don't just think, oh, I'll get away with it, because if that niggle is in your mind and you can already see that there's going to be an issue, you need to sort of action it there and then, don't you?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll just never go away. A couple of things come up here. So from Zesty Shona, she says, once we start rushing a job, all the problems come about. That's true. Custom cars and collisions, I make the most of mental mistakes when I rush. Oh yes, absolutely. That's
exactly.
Yeah. So it's going to.
But it's a bit of two levels for me. When there's no work in the workshop, and you give me a mirror cap of a car and there's no stress, I think I have to paint it three times to get it right. And if I'm painting 7 cars in one day and they rent to me, you forgot this mirror cap, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, done, here you go, and it's fine. It's 100%. So I need that. I don't know how to say that. I think I need the pressure of getting it done today, or done today, so they can assemble it tomorrow. But if there is no pressure on it, I really have to redo it 2 or 3 or 4 times.
I know, that is so true. Yeah. And also for me, if a friend comes to you and says, oh, well, you're doing a job for a friend, it's like, oh, could you just do this job for me? And that's always the job that has to go wrong.
That goes wrong.
Always. I don't know why. It could be the simplest of jobs, but it's always the job that you're doing for your good friend that goes wrong.
Yeah.
And in fact, I did a job for Adam, the dent man.
There are strips on the bumper or something.
Yeah. And
something on the bumper.
I did, yeah. So the repair was good, but when I blended out, when I came to polishing it, I just polished too much and I broke through. And it's like, now I've got to do that again. Do you know what was really bad? Was he was saying, that's enough, Wayne. No, I was saying, no, I can get it a little bit better. And they're like, oh,
I can. You have polishing a blend zone. You have 2 tries, and the third is just do it again.
Yeah. So it's hardly noticeable, but it's because I know it's there that it annoys me.
Yeah.
So we've got to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so that's us done, and I'm so, some of you might wonder why, if Tony was such a good friend, I didn't have them on here before. The reason why I didn't have Tony on here before as one of my first guests was because he's such a good friend of mine. I was actually having him as my backup just in case someone couldn't make the show, and then I thought, no, do you know what? There's enough people that want to come on the show now. It's good we get him on there, and we probably talk quite a bit, don't we? Anyway, just catching up on stuff.
Yeah, we had a moment we called every Friday, just on WhatsApp. Hey, how are you doing? How's your week? How was your week? And what are you doing this weekend?
Yeah.
Just to, I think that's awesome. 2 years ago, before Instagram, I didn't know I could have a friend that called me on Friday. Now there is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's, you know how I think about that. It's still amazing.
It is nice
for me.
It's nice to be able to have friends on here and chat and just learn stuff from other people. It's we've all got so much to take away and give to each other. Another question just come in for you. It might not be a question. Your dad says Wayne will make us millions. Tony, no tips.
This guy.
Well, hopefully, Tony, when COVID has come to an end and we can travel again, I will come over and see you, and we'll catch up with Esme, and I'll experience your workshop and just the joys of Holland, and see whoever else is. Harry as well.
That would be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be very awesome.
Right, we're going to go. Tony's a class act. Really like him. If you don't follow him, you should be following him. Thank you so much, Tone. Speak to you soon, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, say hi to Roxy. Bye.
Say hi to Roxy.
So there we go. That was Paint by Tony, a really good friend of mine. So glad to have him on the show. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And the normal sort of, not the surprise Tuesday one, but the normal DU chat is on Thursday. And this Thursday, to finish the month off, we have Jerry from America, who's Jagged Edge Paint. If you haven't seen his work, pop over to his page. He does some amazing airbrush work. So I'm looking forward to talking to him. And then next month, I've got a really good lineup for next month, so I'll reveal those guys to you next week. So thanks very much. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Thanks for all your questions and just the comments that scrolled up here. It's quite difficult for me to always read all the comments and pay attention to what Tony's saying. And obviously, I've got to pay attention to the people I'm talking to. But I do see them, and I don't miss them. So thank you so much. Roxy, you've just said goodbye. Have a good evening, and we'll catch up with you all soon. Bye-bye.